Okay, let's test this puppy out. Test, test, test.
Test this puppy out. Test, test, test.
What do you say, Paul?
Test this puppy out.
What was your thing?
Large floppy horse penis.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta say that.
This movie sucks.
That's Joe's new thing.
This movie sucks.
Okay, so welcome everybody to a Moo episode of Indie Film Cafe. I'm your old pal, the Moo Cow, a.k.a. Paul A. Presenza, and as usual, I am joined by...
Jonathan A. Moody, your co-host.
Outstanding. And together, we are joined by...
Joe.
Yay!
Joe!
Woohoo!
And not Jumpin' Joe Torek, this is...
Joe the librarian.
Joe the librarian. Librarian Joe.
Yes.
Joe, Librarian Joe.
There
right.
we go.
That's like G.I. Joe with books instead of machine guns.
Just don't be G.I. Jane.
Okay.
You know.
You have to
Can
shave
do.
your head for that.
Can do. All right.
All right.
And we'd have Will Smith after you.
Okay. Sure.
So,
Sounds good.
This episode, pardon me, is a little bit different because we are going to cover a film that he normally would have done for, say, something like Patreon only because, A, it's been covered by Mystery Science Theater, and B, it's one of the most famous movies that was covered by Mystery Science Theater. However, one of the main actors involved, somebody that we're all fans of in one shape, form, or another, unfortunately passed away, and so this is kind of a tribute episode, and JoLynn really wanted us to do it.
Yes.
So, we are talking about Mitchell, the classic 1975 weird-ass film. And,
so is this about Elvis Mitchell?
No.
No, Mitchell. He's a cop.
He's the most slovenly, pig-ignorant, drunk, redneck slob of a cop you're ever going to meet in your life.
R.I.P. Joe Don Baker.
R.I.P.
What a legend.
And it's a shame because Joe Don Baker is a very, very good actor. But he could not save this role. I mean,
No.
It was the most unlikable anti-hero of all time. And it's just, he's so anti-hero, he goes all the way around.
Yeah. I actually kind of like him in this film. I'm going to be honest.
Sure.
But the film is terrible. But
Yeah.
I actually kind of like him in this because if you said, hey, I need someone to play a really unlikable cop, boy, did he nail that. Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
And this is your first time seeing this, right? All right. All right, well, that's interesting. We will come back after we hear some mood music. And then we'll chat about this film. Beh. Hello, hello, hello. What could we make fun of? What possibly could we make fun of?
This
My
was
Mitchell.
My what?
This was terrible.
My Mitchell. Mitchell. The oily Mitchell.
Whoa.
Careful.
Are we recording?
You'll spill your pork rinds.
Oh, okay.
All right, kids, we are back. So,
Thank goodness.
Mitchell. Who would like to talk about this movie?
I just want to say that at first I thought it was looking good. It started out really well. I liked all the I liked it.
The
I was
first
like, oh,
30 seconds, he's like,
No, it was more than that.
what's
It was
going
more
on?
than that. It was like the first 5-10 minutes where you start introducing the world. I'm like, actors aren't bad. The writing doesn't seem terrible. Like it seems like every other sort of cop movie.
Just
kind of
you
thing.
wait.
And then then it went.
Yeah, it did.
I went downhill.
Well, the funny thing is that, again, this is the full version that we watch. This is not the, expurgated version that they showed in TV in 1980, nor is it the even further edited version that they did on Mystery Science Theater. So there's enough scenes that were cut out of that, some of the inconsistencies in the story were plugged. But it still didn't make...
I think one was plugged. I think you could fairly say one was plugged. I don't know about any others.
There's some other stuff that just doesn't make sense. It's just... The story is all over the place. It's
But
just
I don't think it
weird.
made sense probably for the Mystery Science Theater and all that stuff anyway, too. So I think it just was a very...
There's just weird choices being made.
Weird movie.
It's like that scene with the kid. Why is that even in there?
Just pure comic relief, I guess.
I
But
think
it's
it was
not
trying to
really
be
funny.
funny.
It's just
Yeah.
awkward.
It is awkward. It's weird.
Piss off, kid!
Hi. Are you the man from the insurance?
Nope.
You came last night.
No.
My mother doesn't like you.
Well, I don't like your mother.
Why not?
Why not?
No, why not?
No, why not?
Why are you repeating what I say?
Why are you repeating what I say?
I'm not.
Well, I'm not.
You are.
Piss off.
What?
What?
What did he say?
What'd you say?
Did you say something?
You say something?
You said piss off.
You're lying through your teeth.
You're lying through your teeth.
Piss off, huh?
Piss off.
Piss off, kid!
But
I
no,
mean-
but even the worst part was that he started acting like a kid, you know. And I think maybe that's what they were trying to say was Mitchell's like a 5-year-old.
Well,
you know?
yeah, I guess.
Sorry, only Britney Spears gets to be a frog.
Yeah. I don't think that we needed an example of that. I think that
know.
spoke for itself.
I know,
much.
I know. I
It's
guess
just they made decisions to undermine the tension that there's fighting and people getting shot and killed. You know, that's not really in the other films, so it's a little bit more shocking violence and bad language, and all of a sudden, dum 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 dum. You
Yeah,
get these
yeah.
weird musical things and
Yeah.
weird attempts at humor
Oh my
that are
gosh!
out of place.
And the one sex scene in the movie has this weird, like country sounding, oh my gosh, song. My Mom Mitchell. Oh my gosh.
yeah, that was very out of place and strange. Now,
Ugh.
you want to laugh? The people who made this movie are British.
Are you
Okay?
for real?
I am for real. Yeah, Andrew McClagan is the director.
know
Is a
that.
British director, and I forget the name of the guy who wrote it. He's a British guy.
That
he wrote for British
explains
TV.
a lot. It must have been like, this is how American mobsters act, right? Right?
Lots of following. Oh my God! I've never seen a film where everybody follows everybody else constantly.
It's like they took two cars and glued their bumper and fender together and then let them go. And that's the
Just
movie.
So much following. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's Ian Kennedy Martin was the
Yeah,
writer.
that's the guy.
And he's from the UK. And
Oh,
yes,
my.
Andrew McClagan, who unfortunately died in 2014. He had done a couple things like Hellfighters,
Yeah, and
and
Seawolves.
Sea Wolves, and the Wild Geese.
Yeah,
and-
Wild Geese, which is a favorite, sort of a what do you call it, kind of film freaks kind of a film. It's a really good film.
Sahara. I mean,
Sahara, yeah, he did that.
Like, yeah, so Breakthrough, which we just had,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So
Yeah,
I had two VHSs of these.
he did a lot of really good action movies in the 60s and 70s.
And Mitchell.
and Mitchell.
And Mitchell.
But
So,
actually, those were later. So for some reason, he got hired to do better movies.
Yeah.
Maybe he was practicing. This was a test run.
it's just very, very strange. And yeah, it feels like a movie that, like, we don't really know much about American culture, but, you know, the anti-cop hero or cop anti-hero seems to be a thing now, like Dirty Harry and all that.
Right.
So let's make our own
I-
fat slovenly version
That's
of that.
what I got from this movie. The whole time I was watching it, I kept going, this reminds me of something. And then I was like, it kind of reminds me of like a Dirty Harry.
Except
Like,
instead of Dirty Harry, this is Pudgy Harry.
Pudgy, Harry. Pudgy and Harry.
Pudgy, oily Harry.
Sloppy Harry.
Who argues with 8-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And has sex
And
with
drinks
hookers.
beer in the shower and yeah.
No questions asked. Just this woman shows up out of nowhere and, oh, God.
Yeah,
Who's
and-
paying for you? I'm not telling.
Oh,
All right,
no.
get in my
All
bed.
right.
All right.
All right, and
dude.
then later he
I'm
just brings, he
arrested.
gets mad at her and brings her, busts her and brings her down to the station. It's like, what is going on here?
Overall, though, I actually like Mitchell as a character. I do like him. He's
ridiculous.
He's ridiculous and gross and everything, but it kind of makes me root for him. I like him. I
I
like
don't
Mitchell.
Think, yeah, I don't think he was an unlikable character.
No, I don't know.
I think he was unlikable in a likable way.
I
You know what I
find
mean?
him quite annoying, frankly, but, you know, I've seen worse characters. It's just, to me, he's extremely unlikable, almost to the point where he's likable because he's so unlikable, but not quite. He's
I
still
don't know.
annoying.
But
I
he's
like
doing
him.
that on purpose. He's trying to be unlikable because it's a game to him. He's just having a lot of fun.
But at the same time, he's still breaking laws and doing shit
All
that he's
right.
not supposed to be doing.
All right,
Poor
that's
guy.
true.
Wasn't there a guy, like, one of his, like, boss or something was like, I don't like you. And it was like, nobody likes you. Nobody. And he goes,
Why is that,
Why is
Mitch?
that? And he goes, I don't know.
Oh.
And in Mystery Science Theater, they said perhaps our brief but bitter affair.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on, and I don't know. Frankly, this is another one of those movies where, okay, there's weird editing in this too. Weird
Yeah,
editing
a little
choices.
bit.
But I think it's the writing that's the main problem with this film, because there is just no motivation, no serious common sense put into some of the motivations of some of these people. Like, there's an entire universe out there. You have to try to hire Mitchell. There's all kinds of people you could protect yourself with. The Martin Balsam character, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to get this guy involved. You really don't.
They're trying so hard to have him bribe Mitchell when it's like, okay, you've tried 4 or 5 times. Like, $1,000 hookers apparently don't cut it. So why don't you try to bribe some different
Even
cops?
though this
you know?
is not a vanity piece, it kind of feels like that because the entire universe revolves around Mitchell.
Okay,
That's true.
I'm going to say this. The writer has only written for television other than this
It
movie.
feels like a TV show.
Oh,
It does
yeah,
feel like a
it
TV.
did,
Even
it
at
did.
the end where he's about to take her and they have that little like pause.
Right.
Yeah.
That felt like a TV show.
Like a
Except,
sitcom.
Yeah.
except for the language and the violence. And some of the violence, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
You know?
The guy that gets gored with the fish hook, and the one guy gets his whole chest blown out with the
Yeah,
shotgun.
that's the stuff that got cut out of the 1980 version, the TV
Mm-hmm.
version, which is the part that Misty folks came up on.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if they've seen the original version, but they
Well,
definitely
I mean,
did.
they
not.
I never-
obviously don't
never
because
saw
they obviously didn't because they were like, "Where did John Saxon go?"
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
he in this movie?
Wasn't John Saxon in this movie?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
So
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah, we
that-
didn't get to see his fiery death in the dune buggy.
So who can kind of talk about what happens in this film?
No one on the planet.
I don't
All right,
think Mitchell
Moody,
could-
you can start.
Okay, I'll start. So basically,
Once upon a time, there was this fat guy.
Yeah, no. Before then, before we even get to him,
Oh, yeah.
there's this guy that decides to go rob this really big mobster guy or whatever, and he's a Hispanic guy.
Pick the wrong house.
Supposedly, I don't know. I didn't get a close up. Like,
They did say he was Mexican.
Yeah,
in-
so
later
he's-
in the film.
and
I
they
think the
said
word
other-
they used was wetback.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Mitchell called him a Mexican.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he did also call them. I think
Well,
he's
that's
the
what
one-
John
Yep.
Saxon's character said.
Oh,
Because
that's
John
right.
Saxon's character is an
Yeah.
asshole.
Because
Yeah.
pretty much everybody in this film is an asshole. That's,
Yeah.
Frankly,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
So John Saxon and them are coming home or coming to John Saxon's house to party, after a party, I guess, or whatever. And they're hanging out, or they see the guy, and so
Because he doesn't apparently hear the car coming under the door opening.
and
or
the
anything.
robber, is doesn't hear the door coming. All of a sudden, John Saxon grabs a gun from one
random
of his
drawer.
drawers.
Because apparently he has guns stashed everywhere.
So he grabs a gun and just waits for the guy to get, close enough or whatever. And then he comes chase after him, shoots him, says, "Hey," guy turns around, when you're being chased, I'm just going to tell you, don't turn around when somebody says, "Hey," just keep running.
Yeah.
I mean, you have got a better chance. Especially if it's just going to go in your back. So anyway,
Make
he
him
turns
follow
around.
you. That's the point of the
Right,
movie.
right. Right.
So he ends up shooting this guy. I guess claiming self-defense and everything.
Right.
Which, I mean, technically, this guy
Was in his house.
was in his house.
I don't
the way
know if
the NRA would love to see America become. Everybody have tons of guns everywhere. You just pick them up whenever you want
And
to
I
shoot
don't know
whoever's
if
there.
that was law in the 70s, that if somebody broke into your house, you could just kill them out of self-defense. I don't know. I don't know what the law
for
was.
a rich white guy shooting a Hispanic guy, I'm going to say yeah.
Probably back then, yes. I bet they would have been like, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Okay, well then why did John Saxon feel the need to do what he did next? Which is,
Call the police.
well, yeah, but he also staged it to look like the guy grabbed a gun and tried to shoot him.
But that's because he didn't want to, I guess there's no proof of self-defense, and stuff. Like,
well,
there
if
wasn't-
you're saying that as long as he was in his house. Anyway, I digress.
The
You-
thing was
you-
is that Mitchell figures it out immediately.
Yeah.
Because he's a genius,
'Cause he's
obviously.
Mitchell.
And-
He has the power of Schlitz.
Well, so
Yes.
they get the call. The cops get the call, and there's this, two police
Oh,
officers.
the pat roll is there already.
Yeah, the patrols are there already. I
The
don't
mall
know.
cops, yeah.
Yeah, and then the real cops show up, and and there's a guy in the back seat that I just thought was the town drunk. Turns out to be Mitchell.
Yeah,
So-
our hero.
Well, same thing. He is the town drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Did they pick him up, or was he just
Who
hanging out
knows?
with them?
We don't need to know. It's
He's like
probably
half asleep in the back, curled up. We
I
don't know if
know.
he's drinking off a load or what.
typical Mitchell shenanigans,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they show up and they do the chalk line, which please tell everybody about.
Well,
the
it's
chalk
not
line.
even chalk. It's tape.
Tape.
It's like masking tape where they supposedly
Outline
trace. Yeah,
the body.
No.
Apparently that's
what
not
they
a
do is
thing.
they photograph or they sketch it, but they don't bother to put the damn tape down. That's just no. You don't do that.
So
Okay.
then they were doing that.
I didn't know
And-
that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yet. But now we know. And knowing's half the battle.
You're
G.I. Joe.
ruining all my illusions, Paul. Stop
I
it.
know, Paul. You're just basically taking the glass and
Yeah.
They were doing crime scene photography since the 30s. Come on.
I know, whatever. Anyway, so he goes up and he looks at the body, and I guess he thought, well, the guy's too small.
Too
That
short,
He's
yeah.
too short. He couldn't reach up into
To get the gun.
To get the gun, so there was no way he could have done that. And so
He was a
his story
short little
didn't,
mesky. He couldn't possibly do it.
Yeah, basically. And so he's trying to, and the police are trying to tell him back off. This guy is kind of important. We don't want to piss him off, kind of thing.
Why is he important?
I don't know, but somehow or another they just don't
Because
want.
he's a high-powered trade union lawyer, but he's also very corrupt, and the FBI's been after him for years.
yeah,
and
that's
so they didn't want Mitchell interfering.
Apparently, the FBI wasn't bothering to watch the house or
Well,
watch him.
Or follow them.
Yeah, well, they don't follow people. That's just Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell. That's
Well, I
his
thought,
specialty.
this movie, why not? 'Cause
Sure, everybody's following everybody else. And like, not even like from afar. They're like maybe 5 feet separating them at all times. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
They don't even bother to try to hide it.
So.
Well, when two cars love each other very much,
That's
Uh,
true.
they stay
Really,
very
that's what
close
happened.
together.
That's true.
So basically, was it Mitchell's boss tells him to leave it alone? Basically,
The
leave him
typical
alone.
boss thing.
So of
Don't
course,
you
what
dare
does
go
Mitchell
near
do?
Deanie.
Does the complete opposite, of
Goes
course.
to Ordini to find out what's going on.
Yep.
Or in the other guy, he starts, what was
The Martin Balsam character.
Martin Balsam character.
Yeah.
So to get the boss, to get Mitchell to leave Deanie, the trade union lawyer guy, to get off his back, he assigns Mitchell to watch this other guy. And basically, it's a crap assignment because there's no way he's going to catch this guy, and probably he's going to get killed in the process. So that's what his boss does, though, just to divert his attention.
Which apparently the same thing happened to that other guy, the guy who never takes his hat off. He was there too on the same assignment.
Wasn't he just dropping him off?
He was there in his own
he was
car.
there. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yes, the Martin Balsam character, I forgot what his name was.
Cummings.
Cummings. Yeah.
That's right.
Arthur Cummings.
Oh,
Yep.
God. There's like jokes right in
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right
Oh,
themselves.
Mitchell can't even say his name. He calls him Mr. Cummins.
Yep.
Cummins.
Cummins.
Mr. Cummins, gets the bright idea of, like, he wants cops following, because later it comes to find out that, what's his
Well,
name?
the whole thing is that he made this rotten deal with these mobsters, and they're trying to use his port. He's got a port, apparently, to bring in heroin, and he doesn't want that to happen because he doesn't want it to happen.
Well, he
also
doesn't want
find-
it because Mitchell's following him. He would have taken it in another circumstance. Clearly, he'd done it before. But the problem is they set this up and didn't tell the character. And then when he calls and says, "Hey, I've got this cop on my tail," and they're like, "Well, it's too late. There's already drugs on the water." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah, because he didn't know. But it's funny because was it Mitchell tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, what are you talking
He's like,
about?"
"What drugs are coming?"
Mitchell's telling me? How
Yeah.
does Mitchell know before I
Yeah,
do?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he even says to the guy. Like, how does the cops know before I know this stuff?
Yeah.
So basically, one phone call could have solved this entire movie
Yep.
if they'd just called ahead and let him know.
That's because Mistretta's a young punk and he doesn't know how to do his job,
Barely.
basically. Yeah, but he gets bailed out because Galano is his cousin. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Delano doesn't get killed.
No, he doesn't. He's like the godfather
He
of this.
skates free the entire
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, he's the mastermind mobster that they all pay fealty
Or,
to.
you know, maybe he gets his in Mitchell Part 2. There's got to be a Mitchell
Oh
Part
God,
2.
no.
One day.
No.
You
No.
know, you eat so much, any more pork rinds and Schlitz, it's going to preserve
I don't know.
your
Did
body.
JoLynn Baker have any kids? Like, could anybody reprise the Mitchell role?
I don't know if somebody could really copulate with him.
I mean, Linda Evans apparently did.
Yeah.
she
She
was
was paid to.
she was awfully naked in those scenes.
Yeah.
All right, so what happens next?
So that's not in the Mystery Science stuff, of course.
Yes, it is actually.
really?
The scene
sex
where they're
scene.
all under the blankets.
Well,
and stuff,
yeah, but I meant the other
and him
stuff.
sucking on her toes and stuff. Yeah, that's
Oh,
all in there.
let's not talk about
you don't
that.
get to see any boobage or anything like that. But you definitely see the baby oil in the beer. So
Including his boobage.
yeah, well, you do get to see that.
You guys got
unfortunately.
worried, but there for a second there when he was taking his
His
clothes
pants off. We're like, oh no, cut away, please cut away.
And it
oh,
did.
thank God.
It was quick.
Yeah.
It was a quick cutaway.
Yeah, remember they're trying to attract an audience, not repel.
Yeah,
them.
we were thankful.
Not like Tommy Wiseau, would show his ass anytime he has, you know.
So after that, I get a little confused, and that's kind of the thing is they do make it kind of more straightforward in the Misty thing, but for reasons that I don't quite understand, people are starting to do shit, and everybody starts following everybody, and I get lost in what's going on plot wise.
Like who's following who? What's going on?
All right.
and why?
I
You
can break
seem
it
to have a
down.
close-
I can break it down.
right.
So,
the Mitchell PhD here.
yeah, Mitchell. Well, that's what I got my doctorate in. You know, no, Mitchellology.
There you go.
Somebody's got to be into Mitchell.
I mean, yeah, right. So,
Mitchell tattoo.
the Cummins at first is just trying to get Mitchell to go away, and Mitchell won't go away, keeps following him, and then of course Cummins has got his other problems, which is that Galano is backing Mistretta, who is the one who's sending the drugs to the guy's port. So he goes and has a meeting with Galano and says, I'm not taking the drugs, and he's like, yeah, you are, and he's like, no, I'm not. Well, now it's clear that Galano's going to try to have Cummins killed, right? So then he's got to get some protection. So he's trying to now bring Mitchell on board to protect him, and he's trying to, like, bribe him, basically. And Mitchell won't take a bribe, and he's like, oh, you're above bribes, huh? And he's like, yeah, I am. He's like, you've already taken bribes. He's like, oh, you're the one that paid for the hookers. And he's like, no, I don't pay for your hookers. And that's when we figure out that John Saxon's character, Deanie from the beginning, the rich guy who shot the Mexican burglar, is paying for the prostitute
Which makes
for
no
Mitchell.
sense. Which makes no sense at all.
None of
Yes,
it makes
it does.
sense.
Yes, it does, because he thinks he can bribe Mitchell to not pursue
But then
the
why
murder
is he? But
charge.
he then is going after Mitchell and trying to kill him.
That's because Mitchell keeps refusing at every turn to take any of the bribes. So actually, then Cummins and John Saxon's character get together and decide together they're going to try to
All
murder
right,
Mitchell.
long before all of this, the whole thing is set up because the idiot is saying you can't use my port. Well, fine. Why can't they just bring in the drugs another way? They've been moving drugs and illegal substances for years before ports were there.
Because the drugs are already there.
Okay, so
They're basically already there, and I don't know. They think that it would be more noticeable if the boat just pulled out, I guess. I don't know.
boats pull out all the time.
I don't know.
Or
But anyway,
you bring another boat and they take the stuff off that boat and put it on any other boat.
And
There's so
also,
many ways that you could do this.
there are, but they also don't really care if Cummins, falls. It's not like their family. They don't care. They're mobsters. They do not care about other people.
But here's the thing. People who move illicit drugs tend to be very, very careful about what they're doing.
Well-
they just wouldn't be doing this stuff.
Okay, the point is that it was Mistretta doing this, and he's young and stupid, and Galano is just backing him up because he's family. And so there's this whole, Godfather-esque thing going on, but
Trying
Mistretta's
to be the
stupid.
Godfather.
Mistretta's stupid.
He is stupid.
And so he made a dumb mistake, but he's got this powerful backer, basically, which sounds a whole lot like the real world to me. Stupid people get ahead all the time because they have powerful people
Yeah,
in
but
their
the thing
corner.
is that his uncle or whatever he is going to get in trouble too. He's going to lose a shipment if this guy is dumb with the merchandise. He does want the money, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, that's
It's
true.
just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hadn't thought about it that way. Yeah, because if Cummins goes down, they lose all the drugs.
Yeah,
That's true.
You should sometimes, if you ever get a chance. I know there's a couple of websites, but they go into depth about some of the very incredibly detailed, clever, and intricate ways that people smuggle stuff into this country.
And why do you want
it's-
me to research this?
Well, I'm just saying it's interesting.
He wants you to help
I
out.
was going to say that.
I mean, they do things like they will not only hide things in tires, they will actually make tires out of the drugs so that it looks like it's a real tire.
What?
Yes.
Like quit my job and go into business
No,
with
no,
you?
no, no. I'm just saying, in the reality, they actually
all right.
care about that. They take their,
All right, I'll give you that one. Yeah, the writing probably lacked there because they don't. Clearly, whoever wrote the script doesn't know how drug smuggling works.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So anyway, yeah.
Or how mobsters think.
But anyway, that's what's going on in a nutshell. But when John Saxon tries to kill Mitchell, they're at this little dune buggy. I don't know. It's just like a big desert area where they let rich people drive dune buggies around. And Mitchell's trying to, again, follow Cummins in his car, and he gets stuck in the mud.
But
so he gets out. What?
I have a problem with that.
What?
Because the other car went
Just
through.
that?
Yeah, but the other car went through.
Yeah,
right?
but
And-
Mitchell's heavy. He couldn't get through.
Well, I'm
We've
just saying-
established this.
I'm just
he
saying-
ate too many pork rinds and got stuck in the mud.
No, here's the big problem with that. Is that did they plan this? Because that seems very well planned. That he's
Or
going to go over there.
Convenient.
It
Yeah.
does seem convenient, but John Saxon happened to be there already, and he saw an opportunity.
And this is one of
No,
those
this is
weird things
BS.
where it's like, you could just shoot the guy. He's out of his car. He's in the middle of nowhere. Just shoot him. Oh, no. They have to, use their little buggies
true.
to go
Like-
round and round.
Like how easy would it be to make a dune buggy accident that kills somebody look accidental? Because wouldn't you have to run over him like 5 or 6 times? Unless they really blow up like his did.
Again, in reality, they would have just shot him. They would have
Yeah.
dragged his body somewhere, dumped it, and that would have been the end of it.
But instead, we get this exciting dune buggy chase.
Oh my God! Was it not exciting?
it was
at
so
all?
exciting.
You got to see them bounce
It was
a lot
ridiculous.
many times.
They were like dancing around him, basically. It was.
It's quote unquote exciting.
I don't know. But also, we mentioned, that the dune buggy explodes, but we forgot to mention that at one part, what's his
he
name?
gets run off
He
the
gets
road.
run off the road.
Oh, that
and
was
his
fun.
car didn't explode, but yet the dune buggy explodes.
Yeah, the
It's
dune
like-
buggy just rolls one time and then bursts into flames.
Mitchell
Like,
has the power of Schlitz behind
Isn't
him.
the whole point of dune buggies that you can roll them? Isn't that
Yes,
like one of the
yep,
points
yep.
why they have
They
the
have
cage?
roll bars and
Yes,
cages.
exactly.
Yes, that's,
But meanwhile, Mitchell, with his boat of a 70s car, goes off the edge of a cliff and doesn't blow up.
and then off camera, somehow or another, he put it back over.
Yep.
Like
Whenever his car gets beat up, it's next time you see it, it's perfect
Hey,
shape.
it's the
Yeah.
power Schlitz.
Power
the power
Schlitz.
of Schlitz
Schlitz.
compels us. Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just silly and ridiculous. And again, I can't blame Joe Don Baker for this. I think
No.
he does a very good job of making Mitchell the ridiculous character that he is, because there's nobody else like this. I mean, there are a lot of anti-heroes in American film, especially anti-hero cops. None of them are really like Mitchell.
None
He's
is
just,
gross.
He's just so ridiculous. And-
It's mostly that he's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, picking up beer with his feet and I like
and they
or licking
underline it.
toes,
and constantly smoking and
And
just,
they underline it with that weird country western stuff.
yeah, I don't understand that.
That was the thing in the
Mitchell.
70s is for whatever reason, especially in California, there was like this mini revival of country western music. And that's where the Eagles came from, and it was like a thing back then in the 70s.
I like the Eagles though.
Ugh, I hate
Oh,
the
really?
Eagles. I always hate the Eagles, especially that country western rock twangy shit. That's the same period, so that's I think why they had that music in there.
Okay.
We would go through another version of that in the late 80s, early 90s, which is Good Even, when we had to sit through in the Achy Breaky Heart when they
Oh,
tried to bring
gosh.
that shit back in country line dancing. I expect it's going to happen again
Oh, it's
because
still
this is
out
these
there.
things
It's
happen
still
in
happening.
circles.
You just don't. You're just not part of it. So
So I love to see.
When is British New Wave coming back? Come on!
I love to see comparisons between Get Even and this film because there are some interesting comparisons there. It's just.
I think
It's funny.
honestly, if I had to choose which one to watch again, I would choose Get Even.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's just a more fun movie.
It is more fun.
This movie is, and even though the character is the exact opposite sort of Mitchell, where he's a good-looking guy, but he's also
Sorry,
know.
Joe Don. No disrespect.
no, but
R.I.P.
he's like, but
R.I.P.
he's not, you know,
He's cute in a pudgy kind of
He
way.
is not a bad-looking man.
he's
it's-
not awful looking.
And I get it.
Just
I
gross.
think Get Even is a more fun film. However, Mitchell is actually a better film in my opinion. It's the way that it was done,
well, the
production
director
wise.
was a better director.
Yes, yes.
And that's the thing. If this movie had been directed probably by the guy who wrote it, it would not have worked
And
out.
that's the thing. Get Even is definitely a vanity project. The whole thing was to make this guy.
I've never even heard of
Oh
this thing.
God, we have to show you that.
No,
It's-
you don't have
yes,
to.
Yes,
No, you
it is.
don't.
It's one of the greatest bad movies of all time,
Oh.
and it's loaded with horrible country western music that the guy sings and created himself, and he's awful.
Oh, excellent.
This is not a vanity movie because it's not written, directed, and made for the purpose of making Joe Don Baker the center of the universe. However, it's kind of still done like that because for whatever reason, everything revolves around Joe Don Baker. Los Angeles is a big fucking city.
Yeah.
There's more than one cop. There's more than one way to do any of this stuff. But for some reason, Joe Don Baker's character has to be involved in everything. And that's the reason why everything fails.
Yeah, we're not, like, there are very few scenes that show people doing stuff where Mitchell is not there, you know?
Right.
And at any point, any of the bad guys could have said, if we don't involve Mitchell, something might actually work. But no, we better get him involved. We better follow him so that he'll follow us. It's just ridiculous. So that's the problem of the film writer. And, you know, it feels like this was at some point maybe somebody's idea to make it. Maybe that's what the writer was going to do. Maybe this was an idea he was going to try to pitch as a TV show to sort of make this character shine. And somebody read it and said, yeah, no, maybe you can make a movie out of it, but not a TV show.
Yeah,
And
how long could you stretch this thing?
He
Right.
added some extra, violence and some bad language and a bit of nudity to try to pass it off as a film. And they hired Andrew McLaughlin to do it, and he did the best he could. But
I could see this as a TV show because, like the character Mitchell is kind of fun to watch because he's cringy and just, like, you love to hate watching him.
I could see this as an HBO TV show if they lean into all of that shit.
You know,
and
like
have
they
fun
did with
it.
House. You know, remember? I mean, he's brilliant, but he's got all these problems, right? Yeah, I could see it.
I could see if you got the right actor.
Mitchell, if you can hear this, you need to come back to life because we need this TV show.
We could. I could. If you get the right person cast, I could see this being a mini series or TV series on HBO. Especially if they lean into all the crappy shit that Mitchell does and is.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know this was the last movie that
that
Ministry
Joel's
sang-
in,
that
yeah.
Joel did.
This is
It
his,
was.
This is his signature film that he escapes with.
Aw.
Yeah, and they call back to it on the other Joe Don Baker movie because when they get done with the end, Mike is fully expecting that he gets to leave now because he's like, well, you guys, Joel got to leave after watching a bad Joe Don Baker movie, and Serval's like, unrelated,
Sorry.
Mike.
And I didn't mention it on the podcast, but I'm going to mention it again with you guys, and that Joe Don Baker did not appreciate the riffing that was done by Mystery Science Theater, and rumor or legend has it that he threatened to beat up anybody he found from the show that was involved in making fun of this film.
And my argument to the dearly departed is, Joe Don, if you would have embraced the cult following that your movies got through Mystery Science Theater, we would have made you our god. I mean, seriously.
I guarantee you his reaction is why they ended up doing another Joe Don
Oh,
Baker film.
probably. Probably.
Because
Just to piss him off again.
just to piss him off.
Jesus. Man.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. These guys are comedians, and if you get provoked by them, they're just
They're
going to
gonna
keep
troll
going.
you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're providing them more material
Ding,
that
ding,
way.
ding, ding.
Yes, yeah. People love
Absolutely.
to see a freaking cat fight. That's
Well,
what
see,
it is.
that's the thing. When you see like Red Letter Media do stuff and everything, and they're mean spirited and stuff, and they say this stuff. They, most of the time, I mean, I haven't heard any specific director get like furious. Like they did Donald Farmer a few times, and Donald just kind of laughs it off because he knows he's not making cinematic art. Like so you making fun of him doesn't bother him at all. It kind of just makes him. Still want to go out and keep making movies, so, gets attention,
Can you imagine if Joe Don Baker had been making movies, like if he was in his 30s and 40s now making movies, there's no way he would survive because like everybody rips you to shreds on social media no matter how good you are. I mean, Anthony Hopkins probably gets ripped by some people. Like you have to have such a thick skin or else be completely off of social media to be famous these days.
Here's part of the problem for Joe Don Baker, in my humble opinion.
Schlitz?
What got him famous in the first place were the Walking Tall movies.
Yeah.
Okay? And in the Walking Tall movies, he comes off, his character is a lot more of a good old boy, redneck, kind of hillbilly sort of character. And I think that followed him for most of the rest of his film career. So I think when they made this film, they either told him to lean into it or they just kind of went with it because there's really no other reason to make Mitchell be like that.
Yeah.
There's the part of him that they're trying to establish that he's unbuyable and that he's rules are the rules and that's it. And he's just going to take down the bad guy and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And even this girl that I might like and have sex with, I'm still going to bust her because that's
she
how I
has
am.
pot,
Right.
yeah.
But you don't have to do all the other schlitz and just bad stuff that goes with it. I just think that they leaned into that because of that. And a lot of his other later characters, they do that. They make him do this country boy kind of stuff.
Like the one we're going to watch tomorrow, Final Justice.
Final Justice.
He wears a big cowboy hat and boots and has a, can you take me? Go ahead on.
Right.
It's your
So in a
move.
way,
Yeah.
I think he got typecast, and that's not really his fault.
Yeah.
You don't see him doing like a Shakespearean role or playing like some other kind of a character. He doesn't get that chance.
He does a great job playing the bad cop in Fletch.
Yeah, he's
great in that role.
not a bad actor at all.
Apparently, he was also in The Living Daylights. like
Yes,
James Bond.
he was in 3 James Bond
Three.
movies.
I was going to say he was in GoldenEye as well, so I didn't know if he was in something else.
And he was in one of the later
Oh,
ones
Tomorrow
too.
Never Dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was much older.
But it's the same character he had in GoldenEye, so he reprised the same character. which
Yeah,
is kinda
it took a while in the 70s and 80s that I think he was kind of looked on as a bad actor who acted in these other roles, but by the 90s and 2000s, I think people finally recognized this dude's actually a good
I don't
actor.
know. He
Yeah.
was in Guns of the Magnificent Seven, so he was in a Magnificent Seven sequel.
Yeah, those weren't very good.
I don't know.
Oh,
I've
so-
only seen the original, so I don't know. But yeah, he's not a bad actor, and like I said, I actually like the Mitchell character, but he's really easy to make fun of.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's on purpose.
Sure.
And I don't know. I just think it's fun, and
It is.
and it's fun to make fun of him. And like I said, he would have been our god, Mitchell. You
I
should
know.
have Joe Don. Why did you forsake us? Why?
Yeah, well, I mean, the man has some pride, and he wants
Has
to
some
be,
pride.
wanted to be this really, really good actor, and
He
he was
needed
a
to
really
walk
good
tall.
actor. I just wish that he had been given a chance to show more range, so that he wasn't just remembered as this sort of good old boy sheriff kind of character or cop that he always seemed to play.
I do feel somewhat compelled to seek out other movies that he was in now, just to watch. Like I never saw The Walking Tall.
He was
movies.
in Congo.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Oh.
in Congo. He played. Let's see, what was the character's name? R.B. Travis in Congo. So I don't know who that was, but I have not seen that movie since like forever.
Mm.
See, in Final Justice, he doesn't drink any beer. Like, not a one. He drinks
Wow.
milk
There you go.
in that movie.
That's they changed the thing for him, but you got to wonder if Schlitz was like a product placement.
Oh my
there.
gosh,
They-
there was so much Schlitz
so
going
much
on.
Schlitz. My goodness.
Holy Schlitz.
Holy Schlitz. Yeah. Yeah. The part where he's having sex with Linda Evans and then he picks up the Schlitz with his toes, like with the, the plastic rings that hold the six-pack together. Oh, yeah, that was hot.
She's kissing him. She kisses him a lot.
I know, it's
She's
real.
grabbing his
All over
man
him.
boobs.
It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's really like licking her feet. It's
And this is before she really blew up in Dynasty too. I mean, she was in other stuff, but she was thus one of the sex pops.
and we
of the
see
period.
boobage, like
We do.
Like we see
Well,
a
side
full.
boobage, yeah.
Well, no, there was a nipple shot. There.
I remember
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, she's putting on her robe, and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's a boob. Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that apartment?
Mom,
I did not buy that apartment for that character. I just did not.
No, you did not.
It was too flowery. If there was a Mrs. Mitchell, maybe I could understand that. But
And now we go live to Paul with interior decorating.
I can't help it. But yeah, purple and pink and flowers. No.
You know what? That smacks to me of a man who moved into an apartment that was already decorated and is too lazy to do anything
Yes,
different.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I bought that.
And-
I actually
I
bought
didn't
that.
mind that.
And doesn't even bother to buy himself a bed and just sleeps on a damn fold out.
But that's a
and
laziness.
And
you know?
exactly, that's Mitchell. That is the character. Here's the thing I didn't buy about the apartment: the plants.
Yeah.
He's not watering plants. Mitchell is not watering
Unless he's
plants.
Plants would
urinating
be
into
dead.
them.
And they're a lot, yeah. And the plants look really healthy. Who the hell is taking care of those plants? Because it sure ain't Mitchell. Unless they really like Schlitz and
I
they
think
thrive
he
on
And
it.
if he's that lazy, then how come he doesn't have a dishwasher? That's what she complains about.
Because it's the 1970s and hardly anybody had dishwashers unless they were rich.
No.
I didn't have a
My family
dishwasher.
did.
Oh, my family didn't get a
We were not
dishwasher
rich.
until like the late 80s.
No, we did.
Oh,
We
well,
were
anyway.
very middle class, very lower middle class.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he lived in a shitty little apartment, and who installs a dishwasher in an apartment that you're renting? Nobody. So
Well,
yeah,
now they do, but
they do.
yeah, I just didn't buy.
I didn't.
I just didn't buy the scheme. You know, the pink countertops.
Again, he was too lazy to redecorate because Mitchell is a lazy slob and he doesn't care. I think it totally fits.
I
The
don't
thing that doesn't fit is the plants, and this is the hill I will die on. Because it's
I don't
important,
agree with
dang it.
Joe. I think the plants.
Yes,
are-
sir. Ha ha.
I think somewhere along the line he would have gotten someone to get rid of that shit.
No.
He's too lazy.
No, but then
He's drunk all the time. He doesn't
He's
even
not
see.
that lazy.
look.
He keeps following people everywhere. He's running all over the place.
He doesn't see
In
straight
his-
when he's in his apartment
in
because
his-
he's blitzed on Schlitz.
In his pursuit of the bad guy, you can't say he's lazy.
Okay,
Well, okay.
He
but
does everything under the sun.
But he is single-mindedly focused on that. He doesn't have time to think about what his curtains look like. He don't give a fuck.
Okay, so I'll take this. When he's doing his job, he's 100% focused. He's really doing. He'll go above and beyond for his job. When he gets home, he's crashing on that fucking couch.
Because he is nothing but his job. He has
That's
no
all he wants
life.
to do.
Well, then,
he has no family.
I
He has no
guess
girlfriend.
he's-
He doesn't care
well,
about
now
his...
he has a girlfriend, even though he
No,
doesn't
he's
want her.
Well,
not
she's in
anymore.
jail.
Yeah, that's the second time. But apparently he's not paying attention to buying clothes either because his clothing was pretty awful.
And he wears the same thing day after day sometimes. But, yeah. Yeah. Hey, you want to talk about some continuity issues that we noticed?
Sure.
Like, where's the monkey?
He's right there behind the
monkey,
computer.
monkey. Here's the
All
monkey.
right, the continuity monkey says, "Oh my gosh, how many different heights was that helicopter flying at?"
Yeah.
And, I mean,
How many times did that swinging thing
Yeah.
come and disappear, then reappear? Then
the thing that they were
disappear?
trying to hit Cummins' boat with. Yeah.
They was like, I don't know, 100 feet in the air, and then when they have to get rid of the body, they're 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah. It was just bad, and some of that helicopter stuff was stock footage for
Part
sure.
of that is the editing. There was some weird editing choices.
Oh yeah,
Where you would just cut to one thing and then cut to another, then cut and cut and cut and cut.
yeah.
And you're like, whoa, I'm getting whiplash here. What are you doing? What are you trying to establish here?
Yeah, let's see. We had a couple. Oh yeah, like the scene where they're where the red car comes up next to him and is trying to muscle him off the road so that Cummins can escape, and yet another chase scene that goes at 5 miles an hour. And anyway, the red car like crashes into the side of him. The headlight pops right out, right, and then the very next shot, the headlight's back. And like, oh, okay.
My favorite part is towards the end when they're having the shootout before he gets onto the helicopter, and he shoots the guy in the chest, and then he shoots the guy on the bike, and then some guy just walks out in the field and he just turns around and shoots him.
He's like, don't ask who it is. It's like, that was just a local jogger.
I'm like, yeah, that's a cop.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hey,
he just
I
comes over the hill, and
I
you're
just
like,
run here every day.
yeah, like, couldn't it have been somebody running because they heard gunshots? Like, oh my God, maybe somebody needs help.
But it's
Mitchell,
funny.
shoot first, ask questions
Here's a
later.
continuity error for your sex scene.
Uh-oh.
During the love scene, Mitchell grabs with his feet 3 cans of beer.
Yep.
When he repeats the act to return the cans to the
There's 2.
table, there's only 2.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
not
that.
a continuity error. It's because
I
he took one off and
drank
drank it.
it. That's what
it's
I
not
thought,
a continuity
I don't
error.
know, did you ever see it though? Did you see
No,
it?
you don't see him drink it.
No.
but
Well,
see,
that's
it's
because
implied.
yeah, Mitchell can just hold the can and it automatically sucks in all the beer.
Yeah, it's
this
like
point.
it basically it's like an osmosis
Yeah,
thing.
he has Schlitz osmosis.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, but
has
no,
Schlitz-
I don't think that was
Schlitzmosis.
continuity. I think let's see, but I'm sure that there are other
The
ones.
power of
Well,
Schlitzmosis.
in the shootout, following the drug deal setup, the second thug's jacket is buttoned as he runs up to Mitchell, and then but wide open just before he gets shot.
That's because they got to have the squibs go off.
Yeah, that's it. But like, you
Yep.
can't show that.
Well,
you know?
yeah, she should have left it unbuttoned the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah,
somebody noticed that and said, "Oh shit, we gotta have you. You know, we have to have you unbuttoned." Problem is, they already shot it, and they're probably
And they were
like,
too
"Nobody-"
cheap to go reshoot
Yep,
the other
yep.
scene.
So,
Yep.
the Cadillac that Mitchell picks up the old lady in is a 1975 model. When he later blows the car up, it turns into a 1976 or 1967 model.
Well,
I
never
wouldn't
would've
have.
I would not have noticed
Well,
that.
see, I mean, if you were a car guy as much as you were an interior decorator,
Yeah, that's right.
you would have noticed.
Had
that.
you noticed
Yeah.
that as much as you noticed the pink countertops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
One thing else I noticed too, when he goes and delivers the fake drugs, as it turns out it's chalk, he doesn't really have anything on the quote unquote mafia guys. There's nothing he can really arrest them for other than what he's been told by other people. So how does he get the gumption to shoot them? Where does that come from?
Well, because they shoot
Because
him first.
they attack him first.
Yeah. Because he wasn't going to shoot them at all. I don't know what
They
that-
punch him in the
He
face.
just automatically puts the thing in the gas can to blow them up, though. He's
Yeah.
already thinking about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
true.
true.
But I don't know if he was just trying to blow them up or more create a diversion so he could get away.
That was a hell of a diversion by blowing it
yeah,
up.
that's true. But Mitchell goes big.
That just seems weird. I just don't understand the justification for that. But then he's doing all kinds of stuff that there's no justification for, like
That's
when he
true. Well,
jumps over the wall and
Oh,
is
like that
investigating
random
without a
guy.
warrant.
Okay, the random guy that he shoots in the park. You know, like he shoots him because why he's standing there, and he's like, "Oh, you're the silent type, huh? What's your name?" And he doesn't tell him, and he starts walking away, and then he starts to run, and he just shoots him. Like, you don't just get to shoot someone for running. I mean, that's all over the news lately, right? The people getting in trouble for that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just
well,
shoot
I mean,
unarmed
the
people
70s,
running.
I don't know. It was like the
Oh,
Wild
and I
West.
love the way that was set up. Is the boss is like, I want action. I want somebody in here for at least 48 hours to bring in for questioning. Okay.
It's like,
Why?
well, if I shoot him, he's got to heal for 48
I mean-
hours, so I'm going to shoot him.
It doesn't really advance the case any, but I guess if that's what you want.
Yeah. Like,
No,
why
but
does he?
Why did he go after that guy?
And by the way, didn't you say the FBI was in on this and I shouldn't be?
No. That's the John Saxon character. They're going after Cummins. They're not going after John Saxon's character.
Oh, because they are not interested in the guy bringing in heroin. You know,
No.
instead we're going to go after the crooked lawyer.
No, John Saxon. Well, yeah, because he'd been doing things for years, and they were this close to apparently cracking a
why-
case on him.
Why is a lawyer, right? He's a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why is a lawyer taking his time to run people over and shit? Like, shouldn't he be in his
Because he doesn't want to
office?
go to jail for murder.
Why is the lawyer keeping receipts on
receipt?
on a hooker that he's paying for a cop?
Yeah.
So he can, incriminate himself later if there's an investigation.
He brings it to the judge. Hey, judge, blah, 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 I paid
You
for
want to
this.
see the receipts?
You wanna
No,
see the receipts?
ew.
Yeah, I
I'm
do,
creating
sure.
evidence that will implicate me later.
Yeah.
You should thank me. I should get time off for that.
Do you want to? And here, I'm going to hand them to the cop.
Dumbest lawyer ever. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm surprised John Saxon didn't read the script and go, Unless it was like a payday, paycheck
It's a
for
payday
him.
for him, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Is he
one
like
of those
Michael
things.
Caine? Like Michael Caine was notorious for doing anything that anybody paid him for.
Oh.
Like,
He's a working actor, you know. It's not like he's on the upper echelon. He's got to keep going from project to project, and you know, he made a bit of a name for himself, but he still isn't at a point where he's filthy rich or anything.
If somebody offered me a chance to be in a movie that was totally shitty, but they were going to pay me like
His
$1,000,
rate- yeah.
no, I don't care. Like $1,000, I'd do it. Yeah, I'd do it.
Keep that in mind.
You're going to pay me $1,000? Really?
Yeah, if we ever get a big.
You know what? Never mind.
now she doesn't want to
Boo!
shoot herself in the
Come on, I got a
no.
Mitchell scene written in my head for you.
You'll be Mrs. Mitchell.
If I have to kiss Mitchell, I mean,
In
no.
a hot tub full
Well,
of
I
baby
don't
oil.
think you'll. I don't think you'll kiss him now.
Is it okay if I throw up a little in the scene? Will you keep that in the shot?
Yeah, we can't use Mitchell, but we'll find someone pudgy and hairy just for you.
Yeah, find out if Mitchell had a son. Seriously.
Pudgy, oily, and yeah, hairy. There
Okay,
you go.
all
Smoking
right.
a
Find out
cigarette.
right now.
Smoking a
Yes.
cigarette.
Baker, the son.
Progeny.
You noticed the disgusting cigarettes too. Those thin, dark cigarettes. Those like cigarettos or whatever. they're called.
Cigarillos?
Cigarillos.
Yeah, but I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if that's what those were back in the day. Like nowadays, you can get those in like any gas station, and they're like mini cigars.
And they smell like shit.
Yeah, but
They really
I don't
do.
know if that's what those were in the 70s or if some cigarettes just were wrapped in that darker paper.
Well, I know certain
know.
cigarettes, like Turkish cigarettes, look different than regular American cigarettes, but I don't know.
Well, you know, he probably was. He's a very sophisticated gentleman.
very
he was probably
sophisticated.
smoking something very exotic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Not grass
Joe,
though.
To go with his Schlitz.
Joe Don Baker did not have any children.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
a
a shame.
shame. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Dirty shame.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Wait. Does anyone know where he was buried? Can we get some of his DNA? I mean, we can make this happen now. We have the technology.
We do.
So instead of making dinosaurs, you want to make Joe Don Bakers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe
we
Don
need
Juniors.
an army of them.
We need Joe Don Juniors and
Sure.
fast. The world needs it.
I mean, we could definitely bring Schlitz back from the dead.
Oh,
It's
my
not
gosh.
dead. But
It's
Joe Turk looked it up and found out.
All right,
we have
we're making a.
still
We
there
are going to take a
somewhere.
road trip to Milwaukee or somewhere, and we're going to have Schlitz. Just.
oh Lord.
But I heard Milwaukee's best is the best.
Oh yeah, well,
Yick.
we used to call it Beast, Milwaukee's Beast.
Yeah. We called it Uncle Mill.
Uncle Mill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gross. But yeah, so the thing about this movie is that, again, it's a different experience when you see the entire film versus the expurgated film that that they did in 1980 versus
The
the
Mystery.
Mystery Science Theater one. When it's kind of a bummer when you look at the Mystery Science Theater, although you can understand why. They have to fit it into their show, so there's certain cuts they have
Yeah.
to make. But I just don't know if they realized that they were already watching a heavily edited version.
They may not have even
They may
known.
not have
I mean,
noticed that.
internet wasn't really a big thing
Right.
then,
Right.
so
Plus, I don't know if
they
they
couldn't
had,
have researched it.
they
very-
had the rights to the one versus the other.
True.
Right.
So yeah, that would
So
have been.
they might have actually not known that there was a reason that
Right.
John Saxon wasn't
Right.
in the movie anymore.
Right,
It
exactly.
just confused the fuck out of them.
Yeah. Crow just goes, "Wasn't John Saxon in this movie?"
Right. So
He just
that's
disappears.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
that's kind of the part of the problem. So the movie, while being bad, it's not that bad. So that's why when we talk about things like some of the worst movies, I don't ever really bring Mitchell up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not good. It definitely has problems, but compared to some of the other movies that are
No,
on that
no,
Mystery
no.
Science Theater, no.
And I had never
And
watched.
it's got some interesting characters in it, at
Yeah.
least.
And I never even watched the Mystery Science Theater version. And apparently, I noticed something that they pointed out, which is the Andy Kaufman.
Oh yeah,
Right, yeah.
one of Mistretta's henchmen looks like Andy Kaufman, and in the Mystery Science Theater version, when he gets shot at the end, he goes, "Thank you very much."
Thank you very much.
Yes, exactly.
Latka. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
You're so stupid.
You're so stupid. And it's funny because I was just like, yeah, there's Andy Kaufman in this movie. And I think he was alive then, so it would have been interesting if he was.
Oh yeah, if you watched that and went, "Oh yeah, that does look like me."
Yeah, and it's weird. Martin Balsam was in a lot of good stuff, and it's just weird seeing him in this film. It's
Yeah,
like,
because
man.
you can tell he's a pretty good actor,
Yeah,
even in
yeah,
this
yeah,
film.
yeah.
You can tell.
But also he doesn't bother to like lift a finger to defend himself or do anything, especially towards the end.
Well,
He just kind of sits there.
He's an old rich mobster. He's used to everything being done for him.
Yeah, but everybody has like some level of self-preservation baked into their DNA.
And he doesn't.
And now he just kind of sits there and waits for Merlin Olsen to finally do something.
Yeah.
You
That's another character I liked in this movie. I think Merlin Olsen did
Yeah.
a good job playing a dopey butler.
Yep.
He really did.
I think so, too.
He's just a dopey henchman and with not a brain cell in his head, and he pulls that off.
And I like how he defends himself too, and he's like, "Oh, you're a bad butler."
I am not.
I am not.
I am not a bad
It's
butler.
just funny.
It was fun to see too some of the things that were actually swear words in the movie.
Yep.
That were changed for
Yep.
Mystery Science
Yep.
Theater, like when he says "piss off, kid," and their version it was "buzz off,
Buzz
kid."
off, yeah.
And then
The writing on the lipstick that
the
she
lipstick
does on
she
its
puts
car,
bastard on his,
but
but
it's
in
changed to jerk.
the TV version was jerk. Word on the street is you're a jerk.
You're a jerk. Oh no, God forbid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I think it would have been a somewhat different set of riffs if they had seen the original show.
I'm sure some of
Yeah,
them.
again,
but
it's not
a lot of the
good.
jokes still really
Yeah,
fit.
it's just different because they would have found other things to make fun of.
But and it's funny because you were saying, oh no, now this kind of ruins the joke with the
John Saxon.
John Saxon.
Yes.
However, it doesn't because you're still watching the edited version. Period.
But I know now. I know that there was an explanation
And-
for it, and that it wasn't just like a terribly made movie.
And there is a continuity issue with that too, because remember, after he dies and he starts talking to what's his face again, he brings him up and says, "Oh, I'm gonna get blah 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 blah." It's like, dude, you've already got him. He's dead. Remember?
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
oh, I
he
didn't
brought him
remember
up.
that.
Yeah, Deanie. I was like, wait, what do you mean, Deanie? You just one scene ago, he just died.
Who brought him up?
He did.
Mitchell did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was one of
Mitchell.
the.
He was clearly drunk.
Yeah, well, yeah. He was
He
either
was schlitzed out, man.
Yeah,
Schlitz
schlitzed out.
or he drank the baby oil instead. Something. But that was a
And
continuity
for
issue.
anyone
He used
who
it with his
hasn't
feet.
seen the Mystery Science Theater version, there's a scene, a sex scene, and you can clearly see
In
a bottle of baby oil on his nightstand, and
Oh.
everybody is just grossed
And
out.
it's half filled, so
yeah,
you know he's been using it.
He's been using it. Ugh.
Well, this is before Linda Evans' character
You're
comes
right,
around.
right.
Or this is before P. Diddy started using it.
Oh no! Blah, bleh, 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 bleh.
All right, guys. Well, now we've come to the time where we're going to start to score this film. So just to remind everybody, we use a scale of 1 to 10, by which the lower the number, the better the film. And the higher the number, think about it as if you're dialing up the power of something, the stinkier the movie is. And usually when we talk about stinky movies, and we love our stinky movies, usually the higher number means that there's a lot more problems. Characters vanish, you can't see things, you can't hear things, stuff like that. Fucking paper ass, backdrops and props made out of cardboard.
Tombstones
that kind of
falling
stuff.
over.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We take our 3 scores, we add it up, and then we see where on the ladder of stink this particular film happens to go. So, all that being said, I'm going to turn to you first, Joe. And this is the movie you wanted.
You asked for
requested.
this. I did. All right.
You've scored these movies before.
So the lowest number is the stinkiest, right?
No, the highest.
The
number.
highest. number.
Highest is stinky, so 1 is like a good movie.
Right. Think about it like you're turning up the stink power.
It's turning up the stink power.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna give this movie a 4.
What?
Are you
wait.
kidding?
Yeah.
No, you mean higher, right?
No, I don't think it's one of the worst things we've ever seen.
I know, but it's
You like
you don't think
this
it's
better
stinky
than
at
Die
all?
Hard
Well-
Dracula?
It's it's better than Die Hard Dracula.
'Cause you
What
gave
if-
that like an 8 or 9, something like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me think about it a little bit. Because all right, is this scale like 1 would be Citizen Kane?
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right. Because I'm thinking of like on the range of all the stinky things we've ever seen. All right. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
We'll give it a 6.
That makes more sense.
6.
Still not what I would give it, but that's fine. Mr. Moody, what about you?
I'm giving it a 9.
Woo!
Oh,
pretty sneaky.
this coming from the man who said, "Oh, I don't see
Again,
anything wrong with
at
this."
first, I will admit, at first I was like, this looks like a good movie, and then it went downhill from there. You know, it kept digging itself deeper and deeper in continuity issues and characters that make stupid decisions, and then editing was just way weird. I mean,
And there were a lot of times when you were saying, "What is going on?"
I know, I got confused.
Because you have seen this many times, and I've seen it many times. Imagine someone watching this for the first time.
Yeah, because
it's not going to make sense.
That's one of the jokes that keeps coming up. It's like, who's Mistretta, who's Galano, and who are they talking to? And it is a little bit hard to follow.
Well, after a while, I kind of.
It's just because I've seen it.
And there's
a million
too
times.
many damn characters involved. He's involved. They should have just gotten rid of the whole John Saxon stuff.
But I mean, he had to be used for trying to murder him, or whatever.
Yeah, but he could have been murdering a guy in Cummins' house too.
Yeah, it just didn't. It was unnecessary.
I guess the butler could have tried to kill him the whole time.
Yeah, it's somebody else that they didn't need that whole subplot.
You know what this movie needed? Tim Curry.
That would have been fun.
Or some green curry.
Ah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give it quite as high as that, but I'm giving it a solid 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah, it's bad because it's confusing. It's badly written. It feels like this is somebody's TV pilot that failed several times, and so they had nothing else better to do with it than try to make it a movie by adding some violence and some boobs. And
yeah, I think my score reflects a lot of my bias that I have a lot of affection for the character of Mitchell and Joe Don Baker, and I think
I do too, but
I actually do kind of enjoy it. Yeah,
because again, the movie does not fail because of Joe Don Baker.
No.
In fact, he makes it more fun because of his loathsome, horrible, disgusting, pig-ignorant character. Again, you still have to suffer through that character. It's the writing and
the writing is pretty bad.
Some of the editing is bad, and some of the choices.
And some of the music is god awful.
God, the music is awful. But yeah, it's bad. But again, we've seen worse. That's why I'm not going higher than an 8.
All right, so we've already had 4 23s. This is a 23.
Okay.
So we have Fever Lake in this season alone.
Oh, wow.
So I'm wondering how many total. I'm going to find out in a second. But in this season, Fever Lake got a 23. What was the other one? There's Gothic Vampires from Hell got a 23.
Gothic Vampires from Hell.
That sounds like my kind of movie.
That was fun.
That was a fun movie. Let's see, and then I Murder's kind of 23. I don't know. I thought that would have been higher, but guess not. And then and then Mitchell got a 23.
Okay.
And so that was just this season alone. Let me check out what the stinkometer score, ladder stink. The ladder stink we got here. For 23s,
fine send off for our buddy Joe Don Baker.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, got any schlitz?
Yeah, he's up.
What do you mean there's no schlitz in heaven?
Up in heaven,
I
drinking
feel like
schlitz
that's all you'll get in heaven.
and rolling around as much baby oil as
A
he
river
wants.
of baby oil
Yeah,
and
that's
a
right.
waterfall of schlitz.
Waterfall of Schlitz. Yep.
But seriously, Joe Don, we love you.
Yeah,
we do love
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
And we're going to miss you immensely.
He was what, 89 years old?
Was he really?
Something like that. He was up there.
I'm glad. I'm glad he had a full, long life, and I'm glad he was in a lot of movies. Like I
Yeah.
said, check out Fletch and his smallish but really excellent role in that movie.
Yeah, he kind of became a character actor after that, but he was a good actor.
He's done some good stuff.
People don't remember that.
Okay, some other 23s are Roller Gator.
Roller Gator.
Okay, come on. This is better than Roller Gator.
What?
Come on.
Nah.
You
It is worse
cannot.
than
Roller Gator is so much fun.
Oh, no, it isn't. It's
Suburban
just terrible.
Sasquatch.
Oh, another movie that's great.
Deadly Prey and Samurai Cop.
Oh, Samurai Cop, I can see. This
Yeah.
this is definitely a parallel with Samurai Cop.
Yeah, Samurai Cop's so silly and stupid and bad, but
I'm starting to distrust your scale.
How could you not like Roller Gator?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's so much fun.
It's
though.
not even fun. It's just painful. Like you watch it and you just need to turn away.
He's a cute little gator.
Oh,
Wait, did
he's
you
so.
watch this on your own or on
yeah.
like Mystery Science
No,
Theater?
I watched both. Well, I watched a little bit of it on YouTube, and then I think I watched the Riff Tracks version.
Yeah, so you got to watch it with a group of us. The
No,
regular
I don't
version,
have to do
it's
that.
So much fun. No, we'll save you from that.
Ah!
But we will show you the other film at some point.
You know, see, and, you know, that's the funny thing. So we have a friend named Stephanie that we went up to Maryland and we did that whole onesie party thing.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
with the
those
cow
pictures.
onesies.
That was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun.
so we went there and we watched a
Rock
movie
and
that
Roll
she,
Frankenstein.
She had picked it, so she
Oh.
asked us.
So
if
it was
we
like
could do
you.
It.
She
Yeah.
wanted to do a film.
She
so.
wanted to do a film, and so she picked that. And so Paul said, "Well, that was on my list, so sure." And Mitchell was on his list for something, you know. At some point, he was going to do Mitchell. So he goes. So we get there, and then afterwards, he's like, "Hey, do you guys want to see Roller Gator?" And they were like, "Sure, this sounds fun." They hated it.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
they hated
They
it.
Good.
hated it.
I need to hang out with these people. Then.
I think you get along with Stephanie. We love her.
Yeah, she's coming down too. So.
She's coming back down.
Yep.
now.
All right, let's do something.
So we're
Yes.
gonna do some stinky movies. So we'll give you a call.
Yay.
We'll give you a call. You'll get to meet her. You'll love her.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
She's
she's
bringing her dog too.
I like
Yeah,
doggies.
yeah, she's got Dio, and so I know it's just great. We can't wait. But it's
Yeah.
gonna be like July or whatever.
That
so.
sounds good.
Yep.
I'll be around.
So I don't know if she's ever seen Mitchell, but
We're not showing her Mitchell
No, we've
necessarily.
got a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, we got stuff to show her. We usually save her for like we used her last time for the opening for the season 8 opening episodes and stuff like that. So we might do that for
God, I forget.
season 9. You know,
I'm
or
so
whatever.
far behind on the website. I don't remember what we did in
Yeah.
season 7, much less season 8.
I have it all written down, so that's where I go back and like check it out. Thank God I have those.
You gotta
written
send me some of that because I have no idea.
down. Okay, I gotta
Please.
send you all that stuff.
You just start tattooing it on yourself like memento.
The only one I'm missing is the one you're doing this weekend, which you gotta record is or the edit is the Mummy theme park.
Oh yeah, Mummy Theme Park.
Yes, I don't have
It's a
the
ridiculous
scores
movie.
on that.
Ridiculous
So when you
movie.
give it to me, that sounded really wrong. When you send me the link, I will
I'll
check
give it to you,
out.
Moody.
I'll check it out. And,
Mitchell not here, honey, please.
Yeah, there's a little too much touchy-feely stuff going on with Mitchell.
Get out of my lap, Mitchell. Oh.
Stop sucking my toes, Mitchell.
Oh.
Eek. And you know he's got hairy toes too.
Oh, I'm sure.
She wasn't sucking his toes.
That we know of.
Yeah.
I
That we
mean,
know of.
Yeah.
there was that one scene when something was going on under the blanket and he was smiling a lot. But, I mean, that probably wasn't
I think
his-
he was farting under the sheets.
He was hotboxing Linda
Not
Evans.
boxing her down. Fate worse than death.
That's why her hair looks like that.
She's still alive,
It is
right?
too.
She's still alive, isn't she?
I don't know.
She's still alive.
Yeah, she's still alive.
Oh.
I looked her up.
We'll have to get her up call her up on the
Somebody,
for the show.
somebody
I
send
don't
her a
think
link
she'll
to
remember
this.
any of this. I hope not.
Oh, I think it's burned into her memory.
Yeah, like, sorry, Linda Evans. We love you too, actually.
no,
but
you're a
please.
great actress.
Yes.
You must be a great actress because you made us convinced you like this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, because you kissed Mitchell and didn't throw up.
Multiple times.
Oh, yeah. Well
so
done, Linda
funny.
Evans.
All right, guys. Well, thanks very much for joining us for this episode of Indie Film Cafe. We will be back with God knows what by somebody. I don't know who.
I think I'm next.
Okay, you're next. And we will see you guys on the flip side. So,
Bye.
Bye.
And...
Mitchell's on the corner. Mitchell!
Hey, you coming, Mitchell? Mitchell.
Mitchell's here.
Mitchell? Man, Mitchell. Come in, Mitchell. Now, Mitchell.
Mitchell, police department?
Look, Mitchell. 55, Mitchell.
Come in, Mitchell.
Mitchell. Mitchell.
Hey, Mitchell. Mitchell, I want action. Mitchell?
Yeah, Mr. Mitchell.
My, Mitchell. I'm Mitchell. Mitchell. Call Mitchell gone.
For me, Mitchell, for being bastard, Mitchell.
All right, Mitchell.
Where's Mitchell?
Mitchell? Mitchell? Howard Mitchell. Mitchell.
You, Mitchell. Mitchell.
Mitchell knows.
The Mitchell character.
Hey, Mitchell! Very smart, Mitchell! Hey, Mitchell! Hey, Mitchell out of Mitchell!
Mitchell?
My, Mitchell. Call Mitchell gone.
Mitchell! Mitchell!